In the first episode, we saw how our journey through Mongolia began. After arriving in Ulaanbaatar and experiencing its heavy traffic, we left the city behind and headed toward our first camp at the beginning of the Orkhon Valley, where we spent the night. And this is how the morning began. I woke up to the sound of music. Since we had arrived here late at night, I still hadn't seen the view around the camp. Our camp was set right beside the clear, shallow water of Orkhon River. Far from any noise, peaceful, clean, and incredibly beautiful. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Orhan.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Now I'm gonna prepare coffee for Mr. Orhan, the best coffee ever. And also, in the middle of nowhere, we have pancake.
For the night, we had two options. Either stay in the rooftop tents on the cars or sleep inside the large tent. I always preferred the tent.
This is how we wake up people here. Abdullah! 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 He's alive? He's alive.
Almost dead in the camp.
اللحم لعب فيني. The meat عور لي بطني.
Okay, take it. After breakfast and packing up the camp, we continued our journey east.
The car is very cold, so that's why the diesel needs maybe 30 minutes to be hot. Then you can drive it. Music, it's Bedu music. You feel like Bedu people when they go around the sides and they do traveling.
شغل.
Only few minutes after getting back on the road, we spotted a flock of geese resting in the water beside it. Had disturbed their peaceful morning, they calmly carried on with their swim. I was just beginning to get used to Abdullah's music playlist when we arrived at the Erdenzu monastery. This ancient monastery dates back to around 1585, built during the era of Genghis Khan descendants. The structure that somehow survived of the communist period, standing quietly on the northern side of the city. Some locals still wear traditional clothing while visiting the monastery as a sign of respect for their heritage, a traditional that felt fascinating to visitors. In Mongolia, you sometimes experience things you never even imagined before. These people have learned how to live in harmony with nature and sometimes how to tame it. A bird that might terrify you when you see behind the bars of a cage. Here, you can touch it, hold it, and even let it rest on your shoulder.
Okay, buddy, come.
After me, Hassan gave an equally spectacular show.
Hassan, look at me. Oh, أبا الفرس.
How was it? Adrenaline or Zara?
And then it was Ali's turn. At least for him, everything looks completely under control.
Wow.
Once we were done with the eagles, we stopped by a few local souvenir shops. A traditional handmade clothing was everywhere, along with outfit that looks strikingly similar to the armor once worn by ancient warriors.
This one.
500,000.
We also learn a new word from the local shopkeepers, meaning goodbye.
Bayste.
Let's go.
The shops were filled with handmade wooden craft, pieces of art shaped over generation by local people. And today it's an important source of incomes for many families. Right in front of the Erdenzu monastery, several women dressed in the authentic Mongolian traditional clothing stood gathered together. The colors and intricate detail of these outfits were mesmerizing, design rooted in a long civilization, shaped by generation and creativity and craftsmanship. A people with turbulent past, now moving toward a quieter future. While driving, something moving through the grass suddenly caught my attention. This place was full of squirrels. They were everywhere.
بعداً میگیرم.
And this was only part of the show. A show that reached its peak when horses come running across these endless plains. Abdullah, my Saudi friend who joined us on this journey, he told me something important. He said, beauty reaches its highest point when it's told through the eyes of someone experiencing it for a very first time.
حيا الله من قلب أراضي منغوليا. أنا عرفان. الرحلة حتستغرق تقريبا يمكن 10 أيام. حنستكشف فيها أماكن جدا جدا جميلة صراحة. جنة.
And once again, we arrive at another viewpoint. Passing by this scenery without taking photo was simply impossible. So, we stopped. Nothing here could be ignored. While we were busy taking pictures, a herd of horses quietly passed behind us. And then, once again, we got back on the road. This time, with a new rhythm. Because of the long distance between camps, we had to move quickly. And that relatively fast pace through the off-road terrain made everything even more exciting. Roads that, at times, force us through all kind of obstacles. Along the way, we saw countless yaks, large and small, dark and light. They were everywhere. It was my first time seeing yaks up close, and I was genuinely excited. Some were almost size of 2 full-grown cows.
Also, they create from the yak. Also, they eat the yak. Secondly, they use clothes and socks. They're very famous here.
A variety of the products are made here from yak wool that are highly valued, especially during the colder season, as they provide incredible warmth.
He has a haircut.
Orkhon Valley is one of the largest and without a doubt one of the most beautiful valley in the central Mongolia. Known for its ever-flowing rivers and endless open plains, it was a place to be planned to explore all the way through. A journey that felt far beyond beauty itself. A journey into the heart of Orkhon Valley. Many people still live here. Throughout the drive, we passed by the traditional home tents known as gears. The traditional structure of these homes has remained almost unchanged for hundreds of years. Even today, they are considered the perfect shelter for local families living in remote landscapes. Here, seeing different wildlife at any moment is never surprising. Spotting eagles felt almost as common as seeing crows. We stopped beside a strange-looking structure. After asking around, I learned these were ancient navigation marker signs once used by travelers crossing these vast lands. People coming from faraway places relied on them, much like we rely on the modern location and the maps today. Symbols of a culture deeply connected to exploration and travel. As we continued moving forward, a massive herd of horses appeared on the road ahead. But once we got closer with the car, it became even more fascinating. The people of Mongolia could easily consider some of the finest horse riders in the world, a skill passed down and refined through generations, a tradition that still lives on today. And when the adrenaline of this journey starts to race, standing on the roof of the car, we crossed 3 rivers back to back. Every corner of Orkhon Valley was beautiful, from landscapes to the wildlife, or people who called this place home. But the valley's true viewpoint, the one we had been waiting, was hidden behind one of these mountains. After nearly 7 hours of driving, right here. An absolutely breathtaking view.
Wow.
I didn't want to leave, but our journey still had many new locations waiting ahead. At times, while crossing rivers, the water level would rise almost to the window of the car. With less than an hour left before sunset, we had to reach camp before darkness arrived, and there were still several rivers left to cross.
Well done, good job.
The road ahead was filled with mud patches of every size, and then another large river. Until finally, we arrived. There were several gear that we hoped to rent for the night. But there was one small problem. The owner didn't speak English. So we had to find another way to communicate.
Trying to explain that we want to sleep here. It's available, but we don't know how to explain.
After lots of effort, we finally realized that what they were trying to tell us. At night, this area is full of wolves, and sleeping outside the tent wasn't safe. Crossing all these endless plains, there was only one designated places to make fire. So we had to wait for our team until their family finished cooking. It was honestly impressed by level of respect and care they had from nature and the environment. Just a short walk around the camp, a river followed quickly nearby. But to get there, we had to walk through a forest. Later that evening, after being invited by one of the locals, we were welcomed into their home for a dinner with family. A meal made from hunted meat. They kindly asked me not to show the footage of the meat or mention exactly what animal it was.
Oh my god. خیلی خوشمزه است.
And surprisingly, it tasted delicious, very similar to beef. After dinner, they also welcomed us with the traditional drinks.
Beer no. What's it? Soda? Chinese drink. Abdullah?
No.
They said no alcohol.
No
Yes.
alcohol. Sprite cola.
Oh, it's good. The taste is like biscuit. Thank you.
The kindness they showed us was something I wouldn't forget. They welcomed
what you
us
said, but it's true.
with open arms, treated us like guests they had known forever, and cared for us as if we were family, just like member of their own home. Our journey was far from over, but tonight this was where we would stay. The day was coming to the end, but the moment that became part of our memories here would stay with us forever.